Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up on the news, having fun on this St. Patrick's Day, but a reminder for all of us to be careful. Also, here from the Husker women, they are getting ready for the NCAA tournament. But first, the latest from the Felipe Vasquez murder trial being held in Columbus. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I'm Rod Fowler. Megan Conway has the night off. A big day at that trial in Columbus. Orion Ross, accused of being with Felipe during the shooting, took the stand and testified before a jury. Channel 8's Macy Meyer is in Columbus with the latest.
Jurors got a first-hand account of the moments leading up to when investigator Mario Herrera was shot back in 2020, including the last words Orion Ross said to Felipe Vasquez before shots were fired.
He asked you, say it again?
He asked me if he could shoot out.
And what did you say?
What you do is what you do.
Those were the final words Orion Ross said to Felipe Vasquez before Vasquez allegedly fired a fatal shot that struck investigator Mario Herrera while he was helping serve a warrant at their house. Ross and Vasquez locked in this bedroom for 20 to 30 minutes on the morning of August 26, 2020, as police waited outside their door, the two discussing what they would do next.
What happened about 5 minutes before what you described as the escape?
He just said, go to the back cave. He said Batman will meet us there. I asked for the gun, grabbed it, coughed and cocked it, then went to the window.
Ross said he believed Vasquez coughed to hide the noise of the gun cocking so police wouldn't hear. That's when Ross threw a mug through the window and they both escaped through the front of the house, where an officer was crouched behind a tree with a shield. Ross testifying he never heard any shots fired, but heard the screams of Herrera after he had been shot.
Did you hear an officer outside the residence screaming?
I did.
Describe what you heard.
Almost like an agony type scream.
After jumping out the window, Ross ran towards Hartley Elementary, where he jumped a fence to the playground, but was met with a number of officers and was ultimately arrested. He had left behind his wallet in the bedroom on purpose, knowing he was about to be in trouble for running from police, but maintaining that he never fired a gun on August 26, 2020.
And do you agree that that was a pretty dumb thing to do?
Yeah.
But you didn't have a gun, did you?
No.
And certainly at that critical moment, you didn't fire a gun, did you?
No.
The defense questioned a lot of Ross's testimony because of the plea agreement he signed, saying that's his get-out-of-jail-free card, and wondered how truthful he was being because of it. Reporting in Columbus, Macy Meyer, Channel 8 News.
And late this afternoon, Felipe Vasquez himself took the stand to testify. He told jurors about the day and the moment Officer Herrera was shot. We're going to hear from Felipe and have the full story coming up tonight live from Columbus. That's coming up at 6 o'clock. Well, happening now, the federal trial of Congressman Jeff Fortenberry. Opening statements got underway in Los Angeles this morning. A jury of 8 women and 4 men were selected on Wednesday, and now opening statements are underway in a California federal courtroom. Fortenberry is accused of accepting illegal campaign money in that state and then lying about it to the FBI. In court, prosecutors allege Fortenberry learned in 2018 that he received $30,000 from a Nigerian-born billionaire and then lied and misled federal investigators probing the exchange of illicit dollars. A defense attorney, though, argued the only scheme was engineered by federal authorities out to, quote, ambush Fortenberry and get him. Fortenberry, who's a 9-year congressman, has pled not guilty to all charges. And the trial continued this afternoon. We'll be sure to keep you updated on air and, of course, online. For Nebraskans, St. Patrick's Day is one of the biggest drinking nights of the year. Nebraska State Patrol and Moms Against Drinking and Driving want to change that narrative.
The number one thing we all can do is make a plan in advance of going out. The bar is busy now, it's going to get even busier. We hope that every single person here knows how they're getting home before they take that first drink.
63% of crash fatalities happened between midnight and 6 a.m. on St. Patrick's Day. MAD and NSP suggest make sure you plan a sober ride home when you're out there planning your St. Patrick's night out. We're going to have more on this story coming up at 6 o'clock. Well, as mask mandates end and COVID numbers continue to go down, health officials have begun to see a recent rise in flu cases.
By March, the numbers are really decreasing. So it's a little bit unusual to see more of an uptick this late into the season. I suspect it has a lot to do with us being very vigilant with COVID.
Now, as you might remember, there were hardly any flu cases last winter because of all the COVID precautions that were being taken. However, numbers, again, for flu, they've been going up. Jones says it's still a good idea to go out and get a flu shot if you haven't done so to try and avoid serious illness. For more information on how to prevent the spread of the flu and for locations to get the flu vaccine, head to our website, klkntv.com, and click on this story. All right, let's talk sports for a little bit, and of course the big dance, the NCAA tournament. The Nebraska women preparing for their first game here in the postseason. Kelsey Casper joins us now with more. Very exciting time, Kelsey.
Yeah, Rod, an exciting year for Nebraska women's basketball to be in the national tournament, but even a more exciting year for women's basketball in general. If you remember last year, plenty of disparities were exposed between the men's and women's tournament. This year, change in progress being made, making this a monumental year for women's basketball.
I think it's just such a tremendous time to be a part of women's basketball and watching the growth that's taking place, and with the attention that was brought to some of the discrepancies in the tournaments 1 year ago. It felt like nobody was listening, and now all of a sudden we're going to be playing in the first NCAA tournament with 68 teams. That's being referred to as March Madness. That I think there will be a lot of other things that our team will notice when we get to Louisville that will be, different and palpable, that we'll be able to feel. And I feel incredibly proud of the growth that's being made, and really excited for the future of for our athletes and for our future athletes.
Like Amy said, for the first time, 68 teams participating, and it's being called March Madness, just like the men as women facing Gonzaga tomorrow at 2:30. Yosef Nasser will have more tonight at 6 and 10. Rod?
All right, Kelsey, thank you so much. More now on that big wildfire near North Platte, in fact, south of that town. Multiple fire crews continue to fight the large fire throughout the day today. Fire crews have used more than 18,000 gallons of aerial application and foam to try and combat this fire. And as of this morning, they told us about 900 acres near Highway 23 and Highway 63 were still on fire. Last night, I know it was closer to 1,000 acres. The fire started Tuesday afternoon. No word yet on the cause. And John, let's check in with you now. The dryness and the drought conditions continue.
They continue to worsen. In fact, now we've got 1.4% of the state included in extreme drought, which we'll talk about during the 6 o'clock show, and I'll show you specifically on the map. Around here today, maybe some rain helping fight some of those fires out to the west today. We've got some showers trying to move into southeast Nebraska. It's been a slow go today. We've had a layer of dry air. How many times have you heard us say that? Between about 2,000 feet and 4,000 feet above the air. So much of what you're seeing on radar is falling and then evaporates close to the ground. Now, there is a little pocket into Seward County. I do think this is actually reaching the ground just over the interstate right now along I-80, just to the south of Seward over towards Milford, just having passed through Beaver Crossing and just having passed through the Cordova area. This is all moving off to the east, northeast right now. Don't worry, Lincoln, at some point this evening you will start to see rain coming in. Look back out to the west, you can see there is rain. There's even snow. In fact, there are blizzard warnings across central Kansas for late tonight through tomorrow morning as conditions are expected to worsen. Temperature-wise, we're sitting at 48 degrees in Lincoln. It's 48 in Beatrice, a little cooler where we've got the rain falling. It's 42 right now in Kearney, and the winds are gusting 30 to 40 miles per hour. As we go through the rest of this evening, windy conditions through 8 o'clock with rain arriving into the Lincoln area by 10 o'clock, if not even a little earlier than that, down to 43 degrees. We'll talk about our chances for rain, and some of you may wake up to some snow on the ground tomorrow morning. We'll try to pinpoint who's got the best chance of seeing that coming up in my Storm Alert Team forecast.
All right, thank you, John. We have the latest now on what's going on in Ukraine. It says its military is launching a counter-offensive in its capital, Kyiv, and other key cities. The move follows another deadly day of Russian airstrikes, including a theater-turned-shelter. Here's ABC's Elizabeth Schultze.
Russia's advance on Ukraine is meeting fierce resistance from determined Ukrainian forces. The UK Defense Ministry saying today it thinks the Russian invasion of Ukraine has largely stalled on all fronts.
President Putin's invasion of Ukraine is not going to plan. The Ukrainian people haven't welcomed the Russian military. They haven't submitted. On the contrary, they're fighting with extraordinary courage.
Still, Russia is unrelenting in its airstrikes, shelling civilian targets.
These attacks that we've seen most recently appear to be focused directly on civilians.
Ukrainian President Zelensky today visiting his citizens at a hospital in Kyiv who've been injured by Russian attacks. And the search for survivors is now underway at this theater in Mariupol that served as a mass shelter. The building was struck despite satellite images showing the words children in Russian visible from the air. A day after calling Vladimir Putin a war criminal for the first time, President Biden with more harsh words for the Russian leader.
Putin's brutality and what he's doing and his troops are doing in Ukraine is just inhumane.
Now here in D.C., the House is scheduled to vote on legislation to revoke Russia's status as a normal trading partner. That would open the door to more tariffs on Russian goods. Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, Washington.
And coming up next, spring is definitely in the air these days. Unfortunately, so is the pollen. More on that coming up in just a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone. St. Patrick's Day celebrations are being held across the country. Yeah, they're back after a 2-year hiatus, right, with COVID. This includes New York City, the country's largest, where there's growing hope the worst of the pandemic may be over.
All it's just spectacular. Like the energy, it's just unreal. Such an amazing to be part of it.
And we're back.
We are back with a bag.
My reaction, it's awesome. It's, like I said, it's exactly what we needed. With everything going on in Ukraine and everything else, just to take the focus off, even if it's just for a few hours, you know, it's something positive. We needed something positive.
Yeah, the city's entertainment and nightlife scenes have particularly welcomed the return to normal just in time for St. Patrick's Day parties. Well, President Biden's St. Patrick's Day plans changed. The Irish Prime Minister tested positive for COVID yesterday at a White House gala. The president was reportedly never near him. Well, today the two held their meetings that they had planned virtually.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist John Dissauer.
No pinching of the radar map this evening. We've got green on it for St. Patrick's Day, and we've got some showers falling. Now, not all of this is reaching the ground. As I mentioned during first weather, there is some dry air between about 2,000 feet and 4,000 feet. So some of this moisture is falling that the radars are scanning when they're farther away from the radar site. They are evaporating. But I think we are starting to see some showers into southern portions of Seward County, and these are trying to spread eastward. So we'll likely start to see the rain beginning to expand in coverage as we go through the next several hours and into tonight. Stormcast suggests that as well as moisture starts to move back in from the south by 10 o'clock tonight. Now, as temperatures start to cool, especially a few thousand feet above the ground, we're expecting those temperatures to drop just a degree or two below freezing. So below 0 Celsius. That's going to allow for some of this rain to change over to a little snow, mainly off to our south. For the rest of us, we're going to be dealing with rain showers as we go through the overnight and into tomorrow morning. And you'll notice the snow showers mainly confined, I would say, anywhere from Hebron to Beatrice up towards Nebraska City, or maybe just a little south of there, and south. North of there, we can't say we won't see a snowflake in Lincoln. At worst, we're talking a dusting by morning. But as you can see on Stormcast, we're talking mainly rain showers around here. And they may linger for a little while tomorrow morning before finally moving on out of here. So whatever rain we get at this point is a good thing because we can desperately need it. Latest computer models suggesting right around 0.15 of an inch for Lincoln. Higher amounts as you go further to the south where there's a better chance for rain as we go through the overnight hours. As far as snowfall is concerned, well, there's a couple things to look at. One of our computer models, and this is what I'm leaning more towards, we're talking probably less than an inch of snow to our south, but we are right on the edge within a degree or two, especially at the surface, of some of the snow accumulating a little more. I think, again, it's going to be a little warmer. This is more towards the worst case side. If we were to see temperatures a degree or two cooler than what we are forecasting, there could be some areas of 1, maybe 3 inches of snow by the time you're out the door tomorrow morning. So don't be surprised by that. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. If we were to see some snow, the ground is still pretty warm at this point and it would melt pretty quickly. But again, any moisture is a good thing because the latest drought monitor is not good. We are seeing worsening conditions around the state. Now areas of severe drought beginning to increase. In fact, it's increased by 24% in coverage of the state. Now 99% of the state is categorized in a drought. And we've also now added an area of extreme drought. This is out toward, centered on Greeley in the east central part of the state. So conditions not good. We need some rain. We could use snow or anything that's liquid. Now right now we're taking a live look from Beatrice from Schoen's Roofing. We've got cloudy skies, no rain for you. Down into Gage County, temperatures sitting right around 48 to 49 degrees. Around the rest of the state, temperatures are still holding into the 50s. Winds are gusting out of the north, upwards of 30 to 40 miles per hour. And as we go through the rest of the evening, our temperatures will be slowly falling off down into the mid-30s. I think we dropped to 35 degrees in Lincoln, 34 in Beatrice, and 35 in Seward. Winds will continue to gust upwards of 30 miles per hour overnight. And for tomorrow, we'll see temperatures rebounding to what our highs were today, right at 52. We should be in the lower to mid-50s with some sunshine breaking out, especially out towards the Tri-Cities, and winds still gusting to 30 miles per hour. Now looking warmer as we head towards the weekend, 66 degrees on Saturday. As we head into Sunday, 75 degrees. And then for next week, we'll see, at least for the beginning of the week, a chance for some rain coming in Monday evening and through the day on Tuesday. And then temperatures remaining in the 50s and 60s as we go into the first weekend, or at least full weekend, of spring.
Yeah. John, very quickly, don't want to get too personal here, but do you suffer from allergies?
Sometimes I do.
So do I.
Yeah.
Yep. It comes and goes depending on what's out there, right? Well, I'll tell you what, future allergy seasons will start more than a month earlier based on a new study, and it's projected that they're going to be much more intense. Mandy Gaither has ways to keep your allergies in check.
Spring is already in the air, and so is pollen.
Right now, we are in the high pollen counts with trees.
Dr. Sandra Hong, an allergist at Cleveland Clinic, says pollen season usually begins mid-February, but a new study published in Nature Communications says that by the end of the century, the season of high pollen counts could begin as much as 40 days earlier than previous decades because of global warming. Researchers also say annual pollen counts could climb by up to 250%. Hong says she's already seeing allergy seasons change.
Our pollen seasons are lasting longer. We definitely have had a couple years where our allergies are the worst I can remember in the last 20 years.
That's why she says it's important to be aware of your allergies now when symptoms are starting. Look at pollen counts before going outdoors, and if you have a pet that goes outside, don't bring them into your bed.
Because at that point in time, it's like you're hugging a tree.
If you know you suffer from allergies, consider using your medicine now.
If we know that we have allergy symptoms in the springtime, sometimes the nasal steroids can be really effective and our number one treatment for allergies. And usually we'll use the antihistamines just as needed for itching and sneezing types of symptoms.
If over-the-counter medication isn't working, it's time to see a doctor. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
And Dr. Hong says to make sure you keep your windows closed this time of the year to keep pollen from actually coming into the house, and also shower before bed to wash the pollen off your body and to change your clothes. Here's a look at Wall Street today. What a day. The Dow jumping 417 points, NASDAQ up 178. Here are your numbers. We'll be right back. And finally tonight, we're sure you've probably heard about Henry Dorley Zoo's newest baby elephant, but what about twin baby pandas located in France? The cubs, born in August, finally made their public debut at a zoo there. For a few hours on Saturday, zoo visitors watched Huan Lily and Yuan Dudu play in their habitat. Their parents are on loan from China, where the two cubs will move once they are old enough. And I think a huge percentage of the world, they love pandas. They're so cute.
Have you seen pandas in person?
Yes. At a zoo, D.C.
Yeah, in Washington, D.C. Yeah, I've seen them a couple times out of the Washington, D.C. Zoo. They're fun to watch.
They are. They can be fun, yeah.
I've had past coworkers who like sitting on the panda cams online and just watching them playing around in their exhibits.
Yeah. Let's talk about the weather. What were you saying? In the next 24 hours, some of you may see some rain, some of you may see some snow flurries.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, more the 12 to probably 16-hour time frame where we got some showers. In fact, rain's already starting to move into parts of the area. Now, you're going to look at the radar, and if you've been looking at your apps showing you the radar and you think, man, it's raining everywhere. Well, a lot of it's not reaching the ground just yet. We've got some dry air between 2,000 feet and 4,000 feet above the ground. However, that's going to quickly change, and we'll see the rain expanding in coverage as we go through tonight, especially along and south of I-80. Temperatures right now sitting in the 40s. Winds are gusting 30 to 40 miles per hour. For the rest of this evening, some spotty showers will be possible. If there's any chance for snow, it's going to be mainly south of Lincoln, down from, let's say, Hebron to Nebraska City, and that will likely occur between about 3 o'clock to 7 o'clock tomorrow morning.
All right, thank you, John, and thank you for joining us. World News is next, and we'll see you back here at 6 o'clock.
With the Channel 8 Eyewitness News mobile app, you'll be the first to know. Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
Seafood is back at Amigos. Everyone gets their favorites, even my picky eaters. And I don't have to cook. But the Baja Fish Tacos belong to Mama.
Closed captioning on Channel 8 Eyewitness News is brought to you by Christensen Hearing Analytics.
The one thing about Brett, he does the hard work. He gets excited about hard work. Things that seem impossible, Brett rolls up his sleeves and gets them done. He did it on the field, he does it for our family, and he's done it in public service. Brett is running for governor because he wants to keep cutting taxes, secure our elections with voter ID, and bring people together to do big things. I know he'll get it done. He always does.
A new generation of leadership. Brett Lindstrom for governor.
No energy, weight gain, problems sleeping, depressed, mood swings, or just don't feel right? A hormone imbalance may be to blame. Call the experts in bioidentical hormone therapy, Trillion Health and Hormone. Insurance accepted.
Tired of staring at stained ceilings or walls with dents, holes, cracks, and nail pops? Call Patch Pros. Patch Pros can professionally repair your damaged walls and ceilings.
I'm Steve Herman, owner of Patch Pros. Your time is too important to mess around with drywall repairs. Give us a call. We'll show up on time, we'll get the job done quickly, and we won't leave a mess.
Do you need Patch Pros? Of course you do. For a free estimate, call 430-9161 or visit us online at patchproslincoln.com. Lincoln's Wall and Ceiling Repair Specialists.
It's Chevy Truck Month, and it's time to add the perfect accessories to your new Chevy. Make it bolder. Make it work harder. Make it your own. Find new possibilities. Find new roads. Very well qualified buyers can get 0% financing on most Chevy pickup trucks. Plus, now during Truck Month, get a $1,000 accessory allowance toward the eligible purchase of a new Chevy truck with accessories. Chevrolet, the best-selling brand in the Lincoln area.
It's time to remodel your bathroom, but you don't want the hassle or the worry of getting it finished. You just want to pick a style and relax, knowing that it'll be wonderful when it's done. Is that too much to ask? No, actually, it's not. Rebath, from start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,000 off your complete bathroom remodel.
I'm Mike Flood, and I approve this message.
Jeff Fortenberry's charged with felony crimes for lying to law enforcement. Now he claims he didn't lie. He just forgot about thousands in illegal contributions. Just like Fortenberry must have forgotten he supported amnesty for illegal immigrants, voted against funding for Border Patrol agents, and supported sanctuary cities. The conservative choice for Congress, Mike Flood. Tough on immigration, Mike Flood puts America first.
It's the Husker Lawn and Leisure Show this weekend at the Lancaster Event Center.
Tonight, breaking news as we come on the air. Survivors pulled from that shelter bombed by the Russians in Ukraine. Men, women, and children inside. The new images coming in tonight, video on social media showing the smoldering debris. Potentially hundreds of civilians feared trapped in the basement of that bombed theater in Mariupol. Ukraine's resistance fighting back against Russian forces. Video provided by the Ukrainian National Guard showing a Russian tank coming under fire and a Russian soldier running from the tank. Tonight, an American citizen is among those killed amid heavy shelling in Chernihiv. What we've learned tonight. And an emotional scene at a hospital in Kyiv today. President Zelensky meeting wounded patients, injured women and children. Tonight, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken saying he personally agrees with President Biden, who called Putin a war criminal. Blinken now saying he believes Russia is committing war crimes. Our Ian panel in Kyiv with the babies born to surrogate mothers, families waiting all over the world, including the U.S. Ian standing by from the Capitol again tonight. Also tonight, the urgent warning from Secretary Blinken about Russia potentially unleashing a chemical attack. What he said today, and our Martha Raddatz in Ukraine tonight. She has new reporting here. How concerned are American authorities about this? Also tonight, Putin's state of mind. And how safe is Ukraine's President Zelensky? What Martha has learned. President Biden, meanwhile, at the White House tomorrow, this crucial call with China's President Xi. How concerned is the administration that China may help Russia with military equipment or otherwise? Mary Bruce live at the White House. Here at home tonight, the pandemic and U.S. authorities urging not alarm but caution amid these rising COVID cases across Europe and China, led by the Omicron subvariant, predicting it could become the dominant strain here. What they're now saying about masks in this country and how transmissible this Omicron subvariant is. We have just learned tonight what led to that deadly head-on collision, killing 9 people in Texas, including college athletes and their coach. The driver of the pickup truck that crossed into that lane was a 13-year-old. Also tonight, the deadly pileup on an interstate, up to 50 cars, several people killed, vehicles on fire, authorities pointing to fog tonight. We are tracking severe storms from Texas all the way to the east tomorrow. Ginger Z is standing by to time this out. And St. Patrick's Day cheer has returned. And what happened after our report here last night, that grandmother with her message in Ukrainian. We love our viewers.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a very busy Thursday night. And we begin tonight with the war in Ukraine and the desperate rescue effort now unfolding, searching for survivors, possibly hundreds of Ukrainians, men, women, and children who could be trapped in a basement under the rubble after that theater was bombed in Mariupol. Bombed, as we told you last night here, even with the word children written in Russian on the ground on both sides of the building. It was hit anyway. The remains of the theater still smoldering. Ukrainian authorities say it is impossible to know for sure, but they say up to 1,000 people had been using that theater as a shelter. Unclear how many were inside it when it was hit. And in the capital of Kyiv, the images tonight, firefighters battling flames, evacuating dozens of residents from an apartment building struck by parts of a broken missile falling from the sky. And tonight, Ukraine's National Guard releasing video showing a Russian tank coming under fire in Mariupol. A soldier was seen running from the tank. Tonight, Ukraine saying counterattacks are succeeding against Russian troops. Ukraine's President Zelensky today visiting wounded civilians in a hospital in the capital.